Hello, everyone. Let me introduce Professor Danny Brasel, one of the most famous authors and best-selling authors all over the world. He's very famous as a teacher, and what we believe is that he's a teacher by nature. He's really intelligent in dealing with the students, with parents, and with teachers as well. So he's not just a teacher, he's an educator. That is what we believe. And my question is, what is your opinion after visiting our school? What is your opinion about the school, the American language schools?
So hi everybody, my name is Dr. Danny Brasel. I'm America's leading reading ambassador, and my dear friend Mohammed was kind enough to invite me here to the American Integrated International Schools. I was able to speak on the two campuses today, and this is what I can say about both of those events. I'm in love with the parents, the teachers, and the students of both of these schools. You are committed to helping create a better Egypt. Egypt is on the rise, and I'm so excited that you are doing your part in educating tomorrow's leaders by making them today's readers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And what is your opinion about the school building, the school activities?
I love the activities that you've been doing to promote literacy. It was Ms. Maha who had a great question about the relationship between reading and writing, and what I responded to her was that I know plenty of good readers that are not necessarily good writers, but I have never ever heard of a good writer that wasn't also an excellent reader. And so the importance of reading circumvents every different subject area. Some of the things that you're doing in terms of spelling bees and your Arabic reading race and your English reading race, you've got some great projects going here, and that was probably my favorite part of both events today, was getting to listen to the children from your campuses share their experiences, because they did something that most adults wouldn't do. They stood up in front of a group of strangers and delivered their opinion of the school and their experiences in the school, and it was humbling and made me just so proud to be a part of these school events.
Okay, thank you so much. And let me tell you that the teachers here at the American language schools and there at Smart Schools, which is the new branch, have a lot of training courses. So what is your advice for them?
Well, the most important thing, I talk about this in one of my speeches, is there's three important characteristics I've always found behind great teachers. Great teachers make their lessons memorable. I've seen my students are able to remember a lesson because I wore a silly hat that day, or I gave a funny character, or we did the lesson under the tables. They do something to make their lessons memorable. The second thing that great teachers do is they're engaging. You know, they're not just sitting there delivering a lecture telling students to be quiet and not interact with their students. Great teachers get their students curious so that the students are asking questions all the time. And the single most important quality I've always seen in all great teachers is great teachers care about their students. They have patience. Any of us that are teachers can attest to the fact that we've taught a kid something on Monday and they show up on Tuesday like they're from outer space and don't remember anything. And so what do good teachers do? They care enough to teach it again, and to teach it again, and to teach it again. And also through that caring, they show lots of empathy, because this is what great teachers always remember, is it's really easy for you and me because we already know how to do it. It's the getting to know how to do it that's the trick. We always have to keep in mind that our students are just getting to know how to do it. They're not going to be experts at anything, and with a little encouragement, we can be that shining star to help our students excel in our classrooms.
Okay, that is really good and inspiring. And finally, for now, what is your piece of advice for the next step for our school?
Well, for the next step, so one of the reasons I'm excited to work with Mohammed and everybody else at these campuses, one of the things I love about the American schools is their commitment to literacy. And I have a program called readbetterinSixty7steps.com, where I show parents and teachers every day for 67 consecutive days ideas to get their kids excited about reading. The more excited we get students about reading, the more likely they are to read. And the more they read, the better they get. I think schools do a decent job of teaching kids how to read. But I always ask teachers and parents, what good is it teaching a kid how to read if they never want to read? I teach students why to read so that they're excited to read all the time on their own. I've never had to tell a child, go watch TV. I've never had to tell a child, go play that video game. And I never want to tell a child, go read that book. I want reading to be so much fun for kids that they choose to do it on their own. And so the single most important thing I would like to do for the American schools is, today I was able to give a couple of presentations that got everybody excited and pumped up, but I've never changed a person's life through a single presentation. When people write me letters of thanks, it's because they went through the Read Better in 67 Steps program, where they were able to see me again and again. They were able to rewind the videos. They were able to do the interactive exercises. And typically they find, actually only within 40 days, just over 1 month, their kids reading more and they're reading better and they're excited about reading. But we make it 67 days because research shows that it takes at least 67 days to create a habit. And that's what we're trying to do. I want reading to become part of every child's daily routine, like brushing their teeth, bathing, and combing their hair. I also want them reading a great book. And so that's what I encourage all of my friends, the parents and the teachers of the American schools to do, is to check out the Read Better in 67 Steps program to find out all kinds of ways to get their kids excited about reading.
Okay, that is really exciting. So your last tip is read, lead, and succeed.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for all that you do, and God bless you.
Thank you. You too.